Welcome to the Chris Hatcher Show, presented by Coca-Cola. I'm your host, Kevin Blackwell, and of course, each week I'm joined by Samford head football coach Chris Hatcher. This past Saturday, the Bulldogs traveled to Lexington, Virginia to take on the VMI Keydets and unfortunately come home with a 48-41 overtime defeat. Coach, I think that we're all still trying to process the way that game ended. I mean, such a swing of emotions. We're celebrating with the clock running out, watching the Keydets line up for a 56-yard field goal, and next thing you know, we're in overtime. I know you've had some opportunity to, probably more than you want, to think about this. Would you just kind of share your thoughts on the way the game ended?
Yeah, well, first of all, I give congratulations to our opponent in VMI. They played a really good game. They're having a great season. But I'm very disappointed in the way the game was handled at the very end. After reviewing it on the field, I saw it the same way coming back on Sunday and watching the game. Basically, they were shy of the first down, clock runs out, we win the game, officials are running off the field. And then, they decided to go to replay, and that's where it gets a little hairy, and really haven't gotten a great answer on that yet. But, I feel bad for our guys because, you hate to, we should have won the game. Game was over, we win by 3, and we come on home and we're feeling a lot better about it. But that's not the way the officials saw it, and not a whole lot else I can say about it there, Kevin, or you're going to get in trouble for asking me the question.
And I've thought about that too, so we'll let that go. But I know it was a tough bus ride home for the guys. So what have you sensed this week at practice so
Well,
far?
we haven't started yet. We're in fall break, so during the bye weeks, we usually practice 2 times, and then give the guys a little bit of time to work on their studies without football and to heal up. And we're a very beat-up football team. Monday night I spoke to a group in my hometown, the Macon Touchdown Club, for the 19th year in a row. And, I said that 2 things I've learned over the years: you got to get your best players on the bus. And we've had a hard time doing that. We've had a lot of injuries pile up, like a lot of teams do at this time of year. So having the bye week this week allows them a chance to heal up. And then the second thing is, it's not plays, but it's making plays. And we're not doing that at a high rate with games on the line and these overtime defeats that we've had. So we gotta finish a little bit better. But I think spirits will be good when we hit the practice field again on Wednesday. I'm excited about our team. I think our team, definitely was disappointed in the outcome. And then I got to do a good job because I think they're a little mad about the outcome because they felt like they deserved to win the game. And to be quite honest, they did deserve to win the game. In my opinion, they won the game. However, we were not awarded the victory, and maybe that's the best way to put it.
That's a good way to put it. Let's talk about the first half. Very much a back-and-forth affair. We knew what we were facing with VMI. Really a great offense that you were facing. I think the play that I want to talk about is Torrance Pollard came up with a really huge play recovering that fumble punt in the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, I challenged the guys earlier in the week that we needed a game-changing play on the special teams, and we got one. We had a good kick by Brad Porchelato. Their guy misplayed it. He muffed the ball, and Lib, he went down and he knocked the returner out of the way and recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown, which was a huge one. And then later on in the game, we're facing 4th and 13, backed up in our own territory, and we faked the punt to Brett Granger, who gained roughly 20 yards to keep the drive alive. So we finally got those game-changing plays in the special teams that we've been looking for all season long.
In the third quarter went pretty well for the Bulldogs. We're up 38-28. We held them scoreless in the third quarter. Of course, you mentioned Granger showing off some speed with that 22-yard run. Are we going to see him at running back this year?
Well, I don't know if we'll see him at running back, but Brett did a great job, and it was a very well-designed fake by our special teams coordinator, Ricky Turner. And we got the look we needed, and it was a really easy call. Our guys executed well, and that was a big play at that point of the ball game.
It was, and you look at Mitchell Fenner's 45-yard field goal, 41 seconds left. You're feeling really good about it. You're up 41-38. Kicks the ball out of bounds, gives them good field position.
Well, I'm going to back up a little bit, Kevin. We had a 10-point lead, and our defense, got some stops, which we needed. And then we had a couple drives in a row where we turned the ball over offensively, and that made me not feel real good. You know, we were missing some opportunities to separate ourselves. So we can't have those unforced errors. But we do have a great drive there at the end. They go down and tie the game. We milk the clock all the way down. They have to use all their timeouts. And then with 41 seconds, Mitchell bangs it through. And then, you know, we come back, and the one thing you can't do, we kick it out of bounds. So we give them an extra 10 yards with no time running off the clock. And then that's when things got hairy. You know, they go on a second down play. They throw it to the flats. You know, we tackle them shy of the first down. The official doesn't give them the first down. And then they don't have time to run another play. Officials are running off. We think we win the game. But you know, whatever happened after that, I'm not 100% sure. I don't have a good answer from anyone what happened, but they decided to put time back on the clock and award them a first down. And then, to their guys' credit, the guy kicks a 56-yarder. We go into overtime. You know, we give up a touchdown on the first play, and then we get behind the sticks, and we miss a guy that's open in the end zone to possibly send it into a second overtime. So just a really bad chain of events that happened there in the last 41 seconds and going into overtime. And that's what I was talking about early in the show. We got to do a better job of finishing games that we have in control. And at that point, I thought that we had the game in control. We just needed another play to go our way.
Right. Let's talk about the offense. We're right at 50% on third down conversions, 31 first downs in the game, over 500 yards. Chris goes 31 of 46 for 294, and also leads the team rushing with 84 yards. Montreal Washington had a great game, too. I do want to mention that. Caught 8 passes for 96 yards, adds 61 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Talk about that performance.
Well, he played extremely well. You know, he's a great playmaker for us. He had a big punt return early in the game to give us great field position. He's playing at a high level, and, you know, offensively, you know, we're scoring a lot of points, but, you know, but we should be scoring more. And we got to figure out a way over there to get another touchdown or two here or there. And you take the 2 turnovers out of the game, I thought we were fairly efficient offensively throughout the course of the evening.
Well, looking ahead this week, of course, we have a bye week. What are you hoping to see from your team this week?
Well, first of all, we got a lot of guys that, you know, couldn't go to the game, and, you know, so our depth's depleted. But again, that's everybody has that problem when you hit this point of the season. So, you know, number one, we need to heal up physically and mentally, and I think the break's going to be big for us. And then also, you know, we got to find a way to get some confidence defensively, and you know, that's going to be a big deal this week. Work some fundamentals, you know, get those guys flying around again, and so, you know, I got my hands full there trying to get those guys fired back up, and so a lot of fundamentals this week, and then you know, we got a stretch here that we got a lot of teams, good teams left on the schedule, but you know, golly, we get on a roll here, we can, you know, still fight for a playoff spot. So we still got a lot to fight for, and I think we're really close to I think we're a good team. Let me say this, I know we're a good team. I've said it, I really like our team, but I think we're really close to putting it all together. And if we can do that, it's going to be a great finish to this season.
We still have the majority of our SoCon Conference in front of us. Do want to say October the 26th is our next game. It's a home game at Cyber Stadium as we bring in ETSU for a noon kickoff. If you can't make it to Cyber Stadium, it will be on ESPN Plus, and hope you'll tune in to that. But we want to see you at the stadium. We need a good crowd for our next home game.
Well, there's no question. There's nothing like having home field advantage. And, you know, I tell you, usually when you go to VMI, there's not a lot of people other than their cadets. They had a great crowd, a great home environment, and I challenge our Bulldog faithful. Don't give up on this team. This team still got a lot of good football left in front of them, and we need you there supporting them to give us a big win over ETSU in a couple weeks.
Very good. And that'll do it for this week's edition of the Chris Hatcher Show, presented by Coca-Cola.